Hello and welcome to Newsfeed, your daily dose of what people are talking about online, from news stories to what's trending. Is Meta's latest app, Threads, unraveling social media as we know it? Well, the platform has surpassed 100 million signups in less than a week, beating ChatGPT's record of hitting that milestone in 2 months. Threads is the fastest growing app ever, but will it be able to continue with this trend? The app is bare bones at the moment, and many users like myself are unhappy with the timeline.
Of course, Facebook opted for the algorithmic option, but what's ridiculous is there is no option to strictly view what you follow. As Instagram says, your feed on Threads includes threads posted by people you follow and recommended content from new creators you haven't discovered yet. It's soon to be ads as well. And based on people's experiences, it seems to overwhelmingly favor things you don't follow. If your goal is to replace Twitter or Mastodon or your RSS feeds to stay updated with things that you care about, Threads isn't it. If you want another TikTok-like platform that's designed to keep you busy all day, then maybe Threads is great for you.
Instagram and now Threads chief Adam Mosseri promises to add more features. I assume most users will stick around to see at least a couple of them, but for now, the experience feels very much like an uncurated Instagram Discover page. While the jury's out on the longevity of the app, the vibe right now is that the more control people have over how unhinged their timeline is, the likelier they'll stay.
Aside from celebrity names, the type of content that initially brought on the average person to platforms like Twitter and TikTok, which have an emphasis on dialogue, was humor. Though something that I didn't really see covered at all is that aside from dance videos in 2019 and early 2020, humor was such a catalyst of TikTok's culture. And then for Twitter, middle school through college, I was only following my friends, pop culture, and humorous accounts on the platform. For the average person, it seems that journalism and dense information doesn't become more important until adulthood because it holds more weight and you're also more aware of the complexities of life. While people like journalists are extremely important to eventually have on a dialogue platform, they're not the ones who make things cool and compelling for the average person. They cover cool and compelling things, but they do not set culture.
Meta seems to have the same idea. In conversation with several tech journalists, Threads head Adam Mosseri said the platform won't be courting news or going the extra mile to highlight news content on the platform. Meta wants Threads to be a new public square with fewer angry conversations. To quote Mosseri, he wants it to be an open, friendly place, and distancing the app from the scrutiny and negativity attached to news in favor of entertainment, sports, or fashion is the way to go. Meta may want to rethink that stance when the U.S. elections in 2024 come about, though. But for now, it'll be sticking to recreating Stan Twitter. All right, you can't deny it. Airbnb is a disruptor. In the span of 15 years, the rental site has revolutionized holiday travel, making accommodation more affordable and giving hotels a run for their money. The idea of a marketplace connecting homeowners to potential guests came from 3 broke guys struggling to make rent in San Francisco in 2007. Of course, Airbnb's founders are far from broke now, but in 2007, they realized they were onto something big when they rented out 3 air mattresses in their apartment to make some extra cash. Many initially scoffed at the idea that people would rent out their homes to strangers, but lo and behold, today, the company has a market cap of more than $80 billion. Airbnb has more than 6 million rental listings in more than 100,000 cities. But there's also a dark side. Recently, netizens have been highlighting the dangers of staying at an Airbnb.
Warning. At Airbnb's safety process is a sham. My partner and I stayed in a property in Ljubljana. Thankfully, she wasn't alone, as other blank keys left in the common area could open our door. After delays, Airbnb's process was to let the host decide to refund or not.
I don't judge people who use Airbnb, but as a woman who travels solo in foreign countries, I never use Airbnb for my own safety. I would prefer to stay in a reputable hotel that has good security and services, no cleaning chores, and no hidden cameras to spy on me.
Just read about an Airbnb host that duplicated his apartment keys and used them to sneak in while he had a woman staying there. When she got home, he was hiding in the bathroom with a knife and attacked her. What the f***?
And perilous situations like that aren't a one-off. Responsible behavior between homeowners and guests and Airbnb's own screening policies play a big part in keeping holidaymakers safe. But it's become a lot harder for the company to ensure safety as it's grown in size to boast more than 6 million rental listings. According to Bloomberg, Airbnb pays out an average of $50 million annually in settlements to guests and hosts over incidents like rape, theft, and damage. It's become such a hot topic online that netizens have been sharing how to stay safe when at an Airbnb.
Every single trip without fail, I do this. I send a location to my friend using the TripIt app, and I bring my doorstop to put under my door when I'm sleeping, so if somebody tries to get in, they can't.
So I had this weird feeling that my door was getting opened, so I put the chair against the door, and lo and behold, I wake up and someone clearly tried to open the door.
Ladies, if you travel to Airbnbs, you need this tool. It's a portable door lock that prevents anyone with a key from entering your room. Because I can never sleep knowing someone has the keys to my room.
Couple things that make me feel a little safer. So this sliding door is actually the front door to this space. So what I have is this little rod goes in between here to just stop the door if someone is trying to open it. So then from this other side, when someone is trying to get in, it just stops. Second thing I do is really nothing crazy, just takes planning, and that's that I like to get to my Airbnb before the sun sets.
So you found a hidden camera in your room. What do you do now? First of all, call the police, not the hotel staff. Most likely it was a member of staff who installed the camera, and we want to make sure that you're surprised when the police show up. Second thing, do not touch the camera. We want to preserve whatever evidence we can that's on that device. Third thing, take a picture of it so that you have the evidence, and then get out of that room.
Yikes, keep those safety tips in mind, people. Okay, so if you've been scrolling through TikTok lately, you may have stumbled upon a video where a woman shares a story of how she was fired and is now seeking revenge. But videos like that are just the tip of the iceberg. And it turns out they're all part of a massive scam that's taken the internet by storm. Lara investigates.
Story time.
Countless women, different faces, but the same script.
How I got fired and how I'm gonna get my revenge.
I worked for True Gala, they're this online jewelry brand.
And I worked for them for around 3 years or so.
I was on a call with the executives of the company. I had my camera off and literally was just laying in bed with my dog. And I'm not sure how this happened, but I ended up sharing my screen on accident.
Just sitting there, hair a mess, no makeup on, cuddling my dog.
My boss said, "Hey Alexa, who's our little furry friend?"
Freaked out, apologized, telling them I thought my camera was off.
But when we finished the call, my boss asked me to stay on for a few more minutes.
He proceeded to fire me on the spot as this was insanely unprofessional in his eyes.
So speaking of unprofessionalism, I'm gonna get some revenge.
I had this 100% off discount code.
ABA100.
LAV100.
VLA100, and it'll literally give you 100% off any jewelry item on the site.
The codes are real, but their stories are entirely fabricated. These women never actually worked for the jewelry companies they claim to have been fired from. They had never purchased anything from the websites or even seen the products. In fact, they had no idea about the scam and were merely used as faces for promotion. They were hired as freelancers through Upwork, an online platform, and paid just $30 to $45 to film a video. These were then posted on TikTok through multiple burner accounts, some using the creator's real name, while others with minor tweaks. And millions believed their stories.
So you still have to pay for shipping. It's like $15 or something. You're like, oh, I'm still getting a really good deal.
And I bought like $700 worth of jewelry for $40.
I was like, steal is $110 and all I gotta pay is $17 for shipping? Sign me up.
But when the products arrived, buyers were in for a surprise.
But what shows up in the mail is this plastic crap that you could probably get at Dollar Tree. It's literally elastic.
When you click on the information for the jewelry, it says it's sterling silver and it says it's guaranteed for life, and if anything should happen to it, they'll repair it, blah, blah, blah. So it seems like it's a quality piece of jewelry. When you get the jewelry, but tarnished within like 3 days of wearing it.
This is totally all plastic. Oh my god.
Look, like, it's so cheap.
Like, this just proves it. This just proves that this is a scam. Like, they are stealing your credit card info.
The bigger concern, obviously, is that they have my credit card information and I have no idea what they're going to do with it.
Truegala is just one of the many online stores operating in this way. They advertise rings, necklaces, and bracelets, with most items priced at over $100. Savati, Deraldi, Vulosa, and Mazalti are also among the names associated with this fraudulent practice. These companies typically stay online for a month before disappearing or changing their names. The ever-evolving business model makes it difficult to track these schemes. Like mushrooms popping up after rainfall, new scams keep on emerging, leaving unsuspecting users vulnerable to new online risks every day.
Sin City has a new light show illuminating the night sky, and it's already attracting plenty of oohs and ahs. At 72 meters tall, the Exosphere in Las Vegas is the world's largest sphere and also the largest LED screen on Earth. MSG's new entertainment center seats 20,000 and has over 160,000 speakers spread around the bowl. It also offers 4D experiences with seats that vibrate and wind machines. Visitors to Las Vegas were treated to an advanced light display on the 4th of July. The official opening is in September with an immersive performance by the rock band U2. And in November, the Exosphere will provide an impressive backdrop to the Las Vegas Grand Prix. And the cost is pretty impressive too. Those LED screens don't come cheap. It cost $2.3 billion to build this marvel of imagery. It was designed by architecture firm Populous, which calls the sphere living architecture. And from the looks of it, it's truly a 360-degree experience. All right, on to what's trending. And in China, it's the phrase white people food. Now, this is an interesting role reversal if you're a person of color who got made fun of as a kid for your packed lunch to school. Netizens in China are poking fun at how dull Western packed lunches are, even comparing them to death. The term Byron Fun, which translates to white people's food, has been trending on Weibo.
Netizens said that the point of eating boring white people food like crackers, sliced cheese, and sliced ham is to understand what it feels like to be dead. But the food was so bad that it just made him realize how alive he was. This netizen said that his white people lunch of broccoli, steamed chicken breast, hard-boiled egg, and brown rice is the lunch of suffering. However, some Chinese netizens have become huge supporters of white people food. They say it's much easier to make than the typical Chinese dishes, so it helps them save time cooking and gives them more time to do their work. They say that eating white people food has made them realize that the point of eating is not for enjoyment, and there's no need to spend a lot of time and effort making delicious meals, because the whole point of eating is to just keep yourself alive.
The trend is it's only used as a work lunch because it's only for energy, right? So you're eating it at lunch and it's really boring. And that's part of the thing, is that once you're not at work, you eat whatever you want, and that's supposed to be a psychological thing. So that when you're at work, you have this boring food to allow you to understand that you're at work and you're just here for energy and to make money. But once you leave work, you can actually enjoy your life. And this is trending in China. This is amazing. I am just so impressed. Excellent troll job, China.
And that's our show. Find us on YouTube and do subscribe to our channel. See you soon.